Hello and welcome to the FPL Chiropractors Game Week 16. As you can see on my screen right now, there has been a big update. Well, an eventual update happening in FPL. I'm Kaz99 and I'm joined with Noppy or Nils, and we are the FPL Chiropractors. As you can see on the screen right now, we've got the Assistant Manager chip, which will be available from Game Week 24. Me and Noppy have actually talked about this a little bit, but we'll probably talk about it more as we get close to Game Week 24.
Yeah.
But Noppy, what's actually your thoughts on this chip as it's been announced today?
So a lot of people have been thinking very negatively about the chip. I'm a bit more positive towards it because I think
so am I.
Because I like the added strategy to it. You gotta think like, oh shit, I gotta free up some budget for the manager. I gotta think, okay, what team do I want to go for? What's the best time to activate the chip? All these things. If you want to use it in a double or not or whatever. So I think it's a good thing and it's a bit different. But what do you think?
I agree. I saw all the Twitter people. Some people are really upset about it. Everyone was like, oh, keep the game simple. I mean, this just adds a different element. I mean, if we don't like it, I mean, from the looks of it, from Twitter, I mean, Twitter's not the whole sphere of FPL. No. But from the looks of it, I mean, a lot of people are speaking negatively, but I'm quite optimistic about it. I think me and Noppy were just saying before, just before we started the pod, that if you would have had Areola, who is the Bournemouth manager from, I think, Game Week, I can't remember what Game Week, but they played Arsenal, City, and I can't remember the team. But I think they beat both Arsenal and Man City, so they would end up with how many points, Noppy? Was it 47 points?
47 points, yeah.
Which is insane. So that's insane. So it's going to be really interesting because obviously you can activate the chip, but then obviously there's different placements. I feel like from what we've discussed, I feel like it's probably best picking like a mid-range team because you obviously the 5 places above. Looking at like your Newcastle's at this current moment of the recording of this, Newcastle will be a really good team to pick. I was looking at maybe Spurs as well, even though it's a bit risky with their situation, but I think. From when I've been speaking to Noppy right now, I think Newcastle at this moment in time, if we were to activate the chip, obviously we can't, but they would be the best team. So I think it's going to be really interesting, this chip for sure. And I feel like a lot of people will probably go for the bigger teams. Obviously, your Arnie Schlott with the double game week, which I'm interested to see how that actually works. Would that be 4 games instead of 3? Which I imagine it would be. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think it wouldn't be a good idea to pick anyone in the top 4, to be honest.
No,
I don't know.
You take the risk by going for a lower ranked team, but you can also get higher rewards out of it. So it's a bit how you want to play as a manager. If you want to be a bit safe or you want to be a bit risky, I probably want to go for a lower ranked team because. To be honest, I've fallen behind a little bit. I haven't had the greatest start of the season, so I probably need to take a risk later on in the season. I would probably go. Well, it depends how the table looks like by then. But if you look right now, an Ange, maybe Eddie Howe, or an Amorim, like one of those.
Yeah. And in my opinion as well, if you were to pick any of the top 4, I'd probably go for Chelsea. Just off the fact alone that yes, you're not going to get the clean sheets, but they do score a lot of goals. So you've got to factor that as well because you get points for goals as well. So it's all, I don't know. It's depends how the Premier League's looking by, I think this is February 1st, I believe, Game Week 24. It's in February, I'm pretty sure.
Something
so
like that, yeah.
We'll probably discuss it more during then. But yeah, it's really interesting. I can't wait. I think a lot of people will activate as of Game Week 24. Personally, my outlook on it right now, I think I'm going to wait and see what the season, see what people's plays are. I think a lot of people are going to use it straight away, like most people will. I mean, I might straight away. I might be like a child in a candy shop. You know, I can be like, what the fuck is going? I need to pick someone. You know, and then because we were talking about it as well, because I feel like a lot of people are going to activate Game Week 24, which is understandable. It's a new chip. But then if you don't activate, you're going to be lagging behind technically because people are going to have that upper hand of points on you, which isn't a bad thing. But it isn't a bad thing. But at the same time, it's not a good thing. You know, it's kind of like what do you do? Plus, I've looked at Game Week 24 already, and there's not some great fixtures. I mean, there's some okay fixtures. There's a lot of clashes in there with the bigger teams. So I don't know. But yeah, we just wanted to cover that briefly because that literally got announced literally today. I think it literally got announced about 3 or 4 hours ago, which is kind of cool. But yeah, me and Noppy are going to get straight into the pod now. Right, Noppy, we're going to start with your team. Actually, should we start with my team?
Start with your team,
the points that
please.
I got. Okay, yeah. I'll start with my team. Okay, guys, we're back. 9-9, guys, and I'm back. 72 points. Let's go. Okay, guys.
Huge.
So as you can see, this was massive for me. Honestly, you guys, if you guys watched the last pod, I said I needed Jesus, and I got God himself. Okay, I had a great week. I think what did help me is that there was a storm. I think it was what's his name again? The storm's name.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, Dara. He's called Dara. Storm Dara ruined the Merseyside derby. Yeah, Dara. It's like I think it's an Irish name.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Storm Dara ruined the Merseyside derby, which didn't ruin my weekend though. It did not ruin my weekend. This made my week, honestly.
It did ruin mine.
It could have been. It could be a very different week. But yeah, looking at my team right now, obviously Verbruggen, no clean sheet, 2-2 against Leicester. Even though I think Brighton did okay. I mean, I'm still happy with the next couple of fixtures I've got. They're very up and down fixtures. I don't really expect too much from Verbruggen, but I mean, they're okay. I think Brighton are okay, man.
What's happened to Brighton in the last 3 games, actually?
I don't know. They're a bit up and down. They've got like the same formula going on here. You know, loss, win, win, draw, loss, win, win, draw. Loss, draw. So maybe we're going to get a win-win next. I don't know. Yeah. Hopefully we get a win-win and a clean sheet. That's all I want from Verbruggen. I had weak phase come in for Virgil. I did play Veltman there, but I didn't know he was. He did have a knock, but I knew he wasn't going to play. He's not played in the last couple of games. He's not played since Bournemouth, and I didn't want to use any transfers because my transfer plans going ahead, which we will talk about later. I've got a big transfer. I've got some big transfers happening. My team is going to be back. Eight Nuri, we got something in Eight Nuri. We got an assist. Finally, Eight Nuri's paying off. They lost the game though, but Eight Nuri finally got something, which I'm happy about. He got an assist, and for a I guess a kind of a semi-budget defender. I mean, you can't really go wrong. And they've got 2 nice fixtures coming up. I want at least 1 clean sheet from Wolves. I don't think it's going to happen, though, I'll be honest. I don't know if you saw the game, but it looked very negative. Like, the players, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looked very negative, very down. I think if they lose against Ipswich, I think it might be curtains for Gary O'Neill. If it doesn't happen already, but I think it would have happened by now.
Yeah, he would have been sacked already, I feel like, if they...
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So I think these next 2 games for Gary O'Neill, personally for Gary O'Neill, I think they're 2 wins. I feel like even if Wolves beat Ipswich and then lose to Leicester, I think he gets sacked. Personally, I don't know, because if you look at the next couple of fixtures after that, it's horrific. But
they gotta get at least 4 points in the next 2 games.
Yeah, at least. At least, and then maybe a point at Man United. Oh well, a point at home against Man United or something. I don't know. But yeah, these next 2 game weeks are big defining moments for Wolves as a club, I think. But yeah, it looked very negative at West Ham. Yes, they lost. It was a very back and forth sort of game. I think West Ham did what they did kind of against Leicester. Really, had a lot of shots, created a lot of good chances. But yeah. 2 big games for Wolves here. And then Saliba again. Noppy, what did I say? Like, when I got Saliba in aerial threat, did I not? And then next thing you know, he scores 2 headers.
How?
I don't know. I guarantee he will not score any more goals for Arsenal this season. Unless people don't know how to stop this set piece thing they've got going on. Yeah. But yeah, Arsenal are honestly insane at corners. So William Saliba will not be leaving my team at all. And they look at the fixtures. The next 3 fixtures are just amazing, and the 2 home fixtures as well in the next 3. So I'm quite happy with that. Which you could argue 3 home fixtures with Palace being in London as well. You know. So yeah, they've got some really nice fixtures. I go in not next game. Well, this game week coming, I've got a big transfer happening, but the week after that, I've got another transfer coming in, which I know I'm going to make, unless obviously things change. But yeah, William Saliba, very happy with him. I know. Well, we'll talk about it later. But yeah. Bowen, big points for Bowen. Finally, Bowen has paid out. I brought him in last game week. Didn't do anything against Leicester, but was very unlucky to get nothing against Leicester. Very, very unlucky. As you see, his average assist is 1.09, and his average goals was 0.53, which for a midfielder is great. So he should have really got something against Leicester, but he didn't.
Yeah.
But against Wolves, he did. He got a goal and assist, so I'm really happy with that. Going forward with Bowen, as the next 3 fixtures look really, really nice. I probably will be looking at getting rid of him as come the Liverpool and Man City game. Yeah, because they're going to be tricky. But I'm not too worried about Bowen though. I kind of like him. He's kind of the front man now. I did see on Live Score and Flash Score that he was playing striker, which makes sense. I don't know if any of you guys know in the news. Obviously, unfortunately, Mikel Antonio has had a really bad accident. But yeah, which means I think Bowen is now the striker, because I don't think they've really got any other strikers other than Fulcrum.
Yeah, I was going to say Fulcrum.
But he's here and there for game time, so I think Bowen is kind of like the main man right now, up top anyway. Yeah. But yeah, which is interesting. But yeah, I'm quite happy having Bowen there. Palmer, obviously doing what Cole Palmer does, man. Honestly, he is just.
So
Honestly, I would argue. I agree with Carragher. He's honestly probably one of the best footballers in the league right now.
Yeah.
He just everything he does, he's just great. He's just amazing. He's just really, really good. I like him a lot.
I gotta be honest. I don't know how he got the assist for Enzo's goal because it was a deflected pass.
Oh yeah,
but it was an assist. But like honestly, he's just so good. Like everything he touches just turns into gold. Like I don't know. He's just so important for Chelsea in what they do, and people are starting to talk about him like being one of the best in the world, and I think it's fully deserved. Like if you look,
I agree. In the last 18 months, for sure.
Since when he came into Chelsea, like he's putting up like insane numbers. Like I don't know. It's just insane.
No, for sure.
And this calendar year, he has put up the most like goal involvements for any Chelsea player like ever. So he's broken that record.
Yeah.
So
he's going crazy. He's going crazy. Yeah. One thing to note from an FPL standpoint is he never gets double points back-to-back weeks. Never. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. He gets a goal and an assist, which is great. But he never gets like double points, which he does get double points a lot, as you can see. He got 17 points against Wolves, 25 points against Brighton, 10 points against Newcastle, 14 against Villa, and then 18 against Tottenham. And going into next game week, I'm going to put a spoiler out there right now. Going into next game week, they have got Brentford at home. So I think Cole Palmer will be my captain for the next game week. Because Brentford's away form is shocking. It's honestly awful. It's terrible. I don't know why. If Brentford could play the same as they do at home as they do away, they'd be honestly, it sounds crazy. They'd be top 5 right now, if not top 4, which sounds crazy. But they're really bad away. But at home, they're amazing. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Captain Palmer because Anyway, we'll discuss that later. Hummingson, luckily to get a goal, they got a goal. James Maddison assist. So going into the next game week, I think I'm quite happy with Son. I didn't get the returns that I wanted, but I think I waited long enough to pay out because I think you got rid of Son, didn't you, Noppy? I think you got rid of him.
I did.
So I think I held on just long enough just to get that return. Which going into Southampton away, I think I probably will keep Son because Son looks great. Morgan Rogers, I mean, I was really surprised about this result, honestly. I know it's a win, 1-0, but I really thought there would have been something more. Which this is a big game for Noppy, actually. I'm really interested to see how Noppy's going to talk about his team, but we'll get to that. Sean Larson didn't do anything. I mean, he only played 60 minutes. I'm a little bit worried about that because I feel like Wolves are going to change the way they play. I feel like they have to. I don't know. Be it maybe they go to. I don't know.
Wolves players are weird.
Wolves is an interesting one.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah. And then I went Captain Haaland, which I guess paid off. I got the extra one bonus point, and I got the goal from Haaland, which is great. João Pedro, been a bit lackluster for me. Not really done anything. I mean, got the assist for Fulham. I really wanted to expect something from Leicester. Going into the next 3 games, though, I could expect maybe 2. I'll take like 2 goals and an assist in the next 3 games from João Pedro. I won't be too bothered about that. But yeah, João Pedro's been a bit underwhelming for me personally. Only getting me a return of 5 points from Fulham. Everything else was just 2 points. The bench, Fabianski, Smith Rowe, Veltman, and obviously Virgil didn't play due to Storm Dara. Which if that game would have gone ahead, I reckon I would have been on more points. But it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because obviously Salah would have played, and he's obviously a big premium player, if not the best player in FPL right now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Fabianski, the bench players are just there. But yeah. That was my team. Nothing to report other than that I had a great week. The average points was 50 and I got 72. So 5, 6, 7. That's what 22 points more than the average, which I always aim for. If I get anything over the average, I've had a good week. As you can see, my game week rank there was 726,000. Well, 727,000, which is great. So yeah, that was a good week for me. A very good week. So we'll switch over to Noppy's team now because this is going to be interesting, and we're going to have a lot of talking points here.
I don't. I've dreaded this moment the whole week. I don't want to talk about my team.
Okay. But right, here is Noppy's team.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. So 43 points all out. Very disappointing. To be fair, I had 5 game weeks in a row where I got green arrows, so it was gonna happen eventually.
Yeah.
But I took a couple of gambles, let's say, and it didn't pay off. But Raya in it, he didn't keep a clean sheet. Pretty disappointed by Arsenal in that game versus Fulham, to be honest.
Yeah, they were a bit like lackluster, weren't they? They weren't. They didn't look anything special. You know what I mean? They were passing the ball around well, but it was nothing. It didn't look too dangerous, in my opinion.
Yeah, I saw some stats going around that they were like the 16th team attacking wise the last 5 fixtures or something. So they've been really bad attackingly the last couple of games. But they've still been able to pull off some results. So mainly because of those set pieces. But yeah, so a bit disappointing there. But yeah, Lewis Hall, 1-pointer. Like Brentford just turned up. They scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that at all. I did expect Newcastle to concede, but I wouldn't have expected 4 goals. That's just a bit insane.
Yeah, apparently that was game of the week. It was very end-to-end, I heard. Very end-to-end.
I didn't watch it. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. And Mbeumo just started turning up when I got rid of him. And
yeah, same. Yeah.
It's so weird. But that was like his first shot on goal the last like 6 game weeks or something. So
yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it? It's just
so typical. The pretty much the only bright spark in my team was Milinkovic, because
Milinkovic,
he finally scored his header that I've been talking about for so long.
Yeah, I was watching that game and he scored, and I just messaged Nopper on Discord straight. I was like, oh my god, Milinkovic scored finally! It was literally the first like 5 minutes as well.
It was like the 4th minute or something. Forest, they get a result against United away, which is insane. So Forest just keep on delivering. Milinkovic, like, I've had him since like game week 5, and I think I'm just gonna keep him, honestly. Like, he's
you and him have got a connection. I don't know what it is. So I feel like you need to get a Forest shirt with Milinkovic on the back.
I just I just love Milinkovic. He's my guy. He's just this tall Serbian center back. I don't know. I just like something about him. But so I like Forest. I like Milinkovic. But yeah, Aitnori, finally got the assist, which I was happy about. Just like you, I'm hoping that he can get something out of the Ipswich or Leicester game.
For sure.
And then I'm probably gonna get rid after that. And midfield, Cole Palmer, just doing Cole Palmer things. He was my vice captain. I did really consider captaining him when Salah was out, because Salah was initially my captain, and I had Watkins vice. But then I started getting cold feet, like around the deadline, and I was like, oh shit, should I go for Watkins captain, or should I actually switch to Palmer? Because like my thoughts were just, okay, Watkins, he's gonna get like 65-70 minutes. He's playing Southampton, the worst team in the league. He's gonna get a lot of chances, and the game is gonna be very unpredictable because the weather was just insane. Like I don't know if you saw, but the weather was just weather was just insane. Like I watched the game and like 2 minutes in, Tielemans puts down the ball for a corner and the ball just blows away. Like, so.
No, Pete, it was I live right on the coast. So it was like the wind was so bad here, like so bad. It was awful.
I don't know how the Liverpool game didn't go ahead and the Villa game did go ahead, because like honestly, I feel like the weather was like about the same. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a bit different. But yeah. Anyways, the reality of it was that Watkins got benched for the first time in the whole season, and I decided to captain him. So that was just an absolute disaster.
But I've got a big question around Watkins. Actually, are you not? By the way, John Duran is playing so well. He scored an amazing goal last night for Aston Villa. Are you not worried about Watkins right now? And he's injured as well.
Yeah. So
are you worried about that right now?
I'm 100% getting rid this week.
Okay.
It's gonna be Isak or Jackson in. I haven't decided who yet. I was looking at price changes, and Jackson might drop. If Jackson drops, I think I'm gonna go for Jackson. If he doesn't, I'm probably going for Isak.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't know. I just think if you can get Jackson for 0.5 million cheaper than Isak, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, sure.
But otherwise, I'm just gonna get Isak. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Watkins was just a disaster. Also, to top that off as well, Watkins put up 0.78 xGI in 37 minutes or so. So, like honestly, I'm not even mad that. Well, I was a bit mad that he got benched, but what I was more mad about was that when he came on, he had like about 3 big chances that he missed.
Yeah, good chances. Yeah,
and he could have walked away easily with like 2 goals. And if he got like 70 minutes against Southampton, he would have definitely walked away with well, a brace probably. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Because, like I said before, I was expecting Villa at home to not just 1-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, a win's a win. It's great, but I thought at least two. You know. But
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Rodgers didn't get anything either. But yeah.
I know. Yeah.
But yes. Yeah. So Saka, like we said, Arsenal was a bit disappointing overall. Yeah. I think Saka got a goal disallowed, didn't he? But
yeah, he did. So he was really unlucky, actually. He did his part well, Noppy. I actually watched that game. Martinelli, if Martinelli would have held his run for like half a second, he would have been onside because he played a ball and then Saka headed it in.
Yeah.
Saka honestly should have had a goal there. So if Martinelli just held his run for like a fraction, Arsenal would have won that game 2-1 and Saka would have got you some points there. So I think I was just unlucky because Saka was played decent that game. He didn't do anything wrong, you know. So yeah.
As soon as I bring in Saka, he gets nothing because I brought him in last week. He got 3 points last week, and this week he's 2 points. Like and I took him out for Son. I don't know. It's just a disaster in my team. And I took out Mbuemo as well for Semenyo. That was a fucking disaster too.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised Semenyo didn't get anything there. He's been playing so forward for Bournemouth. Is it really? I don't know.
Yeah,
he sort of stepped off the gas a bit, hasn't he? I don't know. He's sort of just a ball winner now. I don't really know.
He hasn't been that involved in the last 2 weeks since I brought him in. So I don't know. At least he's getting the minutes, and he's like, I feel like he's gonna start every game. But I don't know. He's a bit of an enabler, to be fair. I'm gonna rotate like Pedro, Semenyo, and Rodgers a lot. So this is one of those. And who else we got in team? Oh yeah, Cunha. He got a 1-pointer, got a yellow. He wasn't very involved either, to be honest. He really didn't do a lot. And my transfer in for this week. So I made one transfer because Salah was out, and the only cover I had on the bench was, I think it was Welbeck, Ait-Nouri, and Greaves.
Oh yeah.
So I was just thinking, okay, if Gabriel is out, I need Ait-Nouri, and if Welbeck is out, I don't even have a 7th attacker to play. So I decided to go for João Pedro just to be safe, because I didn't want to risk Welbeck being out and just get 0 points and Pedro just going off. And I made the switch, and I don't know.
João Pedro's one of them, man. I mean, he should have had a goal against Leicester for me. He had I don't know. He got nice 3 fixtures, and João Pedro seems to score in some of the, I want to say bigger games, but you know what I mean. He scored like against Man United, scored against Arsenal. You know, I don't know. I feel like João Pedro's a weird one. He can really score against anyone, you know. And the fixtures coming up aren't that bad. I don't think, you know.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think it was a mistake per se to bring João Pedro in, because he does have the same fixtures as Welbeck, and he's on penalties, which Welbeck isn't. And I feel like people are taking Welbeck out of their team when Pedro is getting transfers in. Like, people are bringing in Pedro. So I don't know. I don't think it was a mistake, but
no, I don't think so. I don't think so because he's a bit of a long term as well. You know,
exactly.
you can rotate him with another midfielder if you're not feeling it, or just play him. You know, and he's a good bench option as well. So
he's a good long term pick.
That's it. Yeah, for sure. It's like even the harder fixtures on paper. Like I honestly don't fear him against Aston Villa away or Newcastle, Arsenal at home. I really don't.
No,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Because I could see, obviously, Brighton at home against Arsenal, they're not making an easy game, you know what I mean? I could see them scoring at least against Arsenal, you know?
Yeah.
Personally, I know Arsenal's defense is very good, but I don't know, Brighton are good in those games, you know? So
wait, who do I have in game week 20? So Rodgers play no, not City. Leicester at home, and Semenyo plays Everton at home. So I'll probably play those two, to be fair. But yeah, I'll just rotate between those three a lot. So yeah, that's probably the plan. And yeah, like I touched upon, Gabriel, he was out again, which I was pretty surprised about. I don't know what's going on there, to be honest.
2 games now.
Yeah, that's 2 games he's been out. I guess we'll see tonight if he's in the Arsenal squad. For
sure.
Against Monaco. If he isn't, I don't know what to do with him. But the thing is, though, I'm just thinking, like, this week I have 4 good defenders, because Hall is playing. Who's he playing? Leicester at home. Aitnor is playing Ipswich at home, and Milenkovic is playing Villa at home, which isn't like a horrible fixture. It's not the best either, but it's not horrible. And then you got Gabriel if he plays against Everton at home. So I'll probably just start Gabriel, and if he doesn't play, Milenkovic will come on. It's not a disaster if that happens. Because I don't know. I want to get Watkins out because I only have 1 free transfer.
Oh, okay, right.
So I probably don't want to do a -4 to get a different defender in than Gabriel, because I want Gabriel long term. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, and to be fair, that same 3-back line you've got of Hall, Milinkovic isn't that bad for this game week, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. I think it's quite nice. Aitnor, you'd expect to get something, you know. I think so. And then obviously Lewis Hall as well. They got Leicester. Is that at home?
Yeah,
at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, is Jamie Vardy back? I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, Daka has been pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, Patterson Daka. Yeah. But yeah, overall, you had I mean, you're only 7 points off the average, you know. And if Salah would have played that game week, it might have been different. Obviously, the average points would have risen as well. But it would have been a different week maybe.
It's just, but yeah, I think I fell like, I don't know, 300k in rank or something. So I went from like 1.13 million or something. It went down to 1.43. So
jeez,
it was really bad. But yeah.
It's all right. You'll have those weeks. It happens. It's fine.
Do you want to talk about your team for the next week?
My transfers? Yep. Sure.
Yep.
So picking my team for next week, Noppy. How do I? Do you want me to send you a screenshot? I mean, I've not. This is my current team, but I've not actually changed anything. To be honest.
Okay.
I'll send you this. Hold on. Let me just send you this. Copy. Where is copy? Oh, for God's sake! Hold on. Copy. I'll send in the Discord now. There we go. So that is going to be my team, as you can see there. Obviously, the changes that I'm going to make, though, there's part of me in Opera thinking, do I just keep Haaland? But I think what I'm going to do is Haaland's going to come out, and Rodgers is going to come out, which is a bit controversial, but I don't know, man. I mean, he's good, but the points he's putting up, it's like he only ever gets any points like once every 5 games for me. You know what I mean?
What about?
Which, don't get me wrong, he's great. He's affordable. He's great. But what I'm thinking of doing is getting rid of Rodgers and Haaland, Salah in, and then this is where I'm a bit torn because I've got 8 million then, but then I don't know who to bring in as a forward. That's my only issue.
Yeah.
I'm a bit. I don't know. There's part of me thinking, do I just go for a really cheap forward and then just have like my 5 midfield? But then I've got Smith Rowe against Liverpool away. But Smith Rowe's game after that is Southampton at home, I believe. So I don't mind that, you know. So I could go for a 5 midfield next week. The only thing that does make sense to me is bringing Cunha in. But then I will have the issue of when I get to game week 18, I'll have 3. I'll have 3. You know what I mean? I don't really want 2 attackers from the same team. So the only thing that kind of makes sense for me is potentially Evangelson or Evan Nielsen.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't mind him. You know, he gets a goal or assist. They got some nice fixtures coming up. Man United away isn't terrible, especially Bournemouth in recent years. They've been pretty decent against Man United away. Then they've got Palace at home, and you know they've got nice fixtures leading up into mid-January. Obviously, going back on that, even cheaper. We got potential of Vardy there. You know, Newcastle away. I mean, they've only got. I mean, he's only 5.6, and they got Wolves at home, but I know the fixtures aren't great after that. So I don't really know. I'm a little bit stuck, I'll be honest. I've even looked at Kai Havertz again, but then I don't know.
What if you...
Because next 3 games are good, but I don't want triple Arsenal because I am thinking after Son, after Son against Southampton, I'm probably then going to go from Son to Saka.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah. Because especially against for that game week 18 when they play Ipswich at home, I generally feel like that game could be like 4-5-0 to Arsenal. You know. So I definitely want Saka in there.
Yeah, so you gotta free up cash then to get to Saka. But okay,
yeah,
I was just thinking when you were talking, what if you transfer out Smith Rowe instead of Rodgers? You would be able to have 4 Jackson then, right? Or no?
Well, yeah, but then I don't know if I want Jackson because I mean I don't know. I've got a feeling that even though he's been scoring a lot, I mean he's gonna start, but I don't know. He might only get 60 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, but I feel like the only player that's going to stay on for me is Palmer. That's it. He's literally just league ready, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas Jackson might play in other competitions. So I don't know. I kind of want to stay away from that. So I feel like I did, obviously, in my head, I do want Isaac, but I can't get that. I can't get Isaac.
No.
Isaac would be lovely. Like you touched on before, thinking, oh, who should I get? You said either Jackson or
Isak, yeah.
Isaac. I probably would go for Isaac, just for the next 2 games alone. I just think those next 2 games alone are just disgustingly good. And then after that, you could transfer Isaac out and then get Jackson. I don't know. You know?
Yeah, that is true.
But we did talk about this as well. With Chelsea having easy fixtures on paper is the rotation of the squad. You know what I mean? Like Jackson might not start. It might be like Jackson on for 60. Then let's play Christopher Nkunku.
Yeah.
I know Nkunku's obviously playing a lot of Europa Conference, but obviously he'll be scratching to get that game time in the Premier League, so it's one of them. I think it's tricky, and it generally wouldn't surprise me if Jackson did get, I would say dropped, but you know Chelsea have really got a team. You know what I mean?
So I've thought about this.
It's tricky
because Jackson is still on 4 yellows, and the thing is in game week. Game week 18 when they play Fulham?
Yeah.
That's a midweek game, so he might even get rotated again. But I doubt it though, because it's a London derby against Fulham, and Fulham have been really impressive this season. So I doubt that they're gonna rotate Jackson out, but they might do. But yeah, so I guess there's that. You got the midweek fixtures with Jackson's, and you don't even know if he's gonna start, and he might also pick up a 5th yellow, which is gonna see him suspended. So there is a bit of risk surrounding him, to be fair, but you just know that he's gonna bag in goals in these fixtures because he's got really good fixtures. Like what is that? Next 7 game weeks.
Yeah.
So he's a bit of a more like long-term pick, I guess, because Isak, next 2 game weeks are great. I guess you can hold him. Yeah, Villa at home isn't that bad. United away,
especially how Newcastle are at home.
So
and also looking at my team as well, I'm honestly considering looking at it now. Maybe Solanke.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. You could go
because they got Southampton away. You know, and then obviously the game week after that, I'd swap out. Generally after that, I probably would. I think against Liverpool at home, I would drop Solanke. I'd probably go for Smith Rowe because they play Southampton the game week after that. Then and then I play Solanke against Forest, Wolves, and then even Newcastle at home. Which I don't think they're terrible fixtures, you know. And Southampton away, I could see Solanke doing damage then. Obviously, next game week, even if Son gets like a hat trick or something or 2 goals against Southampton, I probably will go from Son to Saka. You know what I mean?
What? Yeah.
Because even though you touched on it before, saying that Saka hasn't got many points the last 2 game weeks, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before he gets something against Ipswich or Palace. You know what I mean? Or even this game week coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like looking at my team now, I'm torn between Evan Nielsen, or Solanke. But I think just after this one fixture alone, I'm probably going to go for Solanke because I can then get Solanke and then bench Smith Rowe, and then next game week I'll play Smith Rowe and then bench Solanke, which is a lot. It's a lot to bench like a 7.5, but at the same time, I just think Solanke could do something against Southampton. You know, he could stat pad. He could stat pad. You know what I mean? He could. I wouldn't surprise me if he got like a brace or something at least against the Southampton. You know, I know Spurs haven't been playing great recently, but I mean the thing is it's not that they play bad. They just play one dimensional. It's like what they said on Sky. Is literally they literally. They go 2-0 up, and then how do you lose that? You know what I mean? At home as well.
The thing is...
You know what I mean? Why do they just keep attacking? I mean, it'll work against like a Southampton. It'll work against an Ipswich. It'll work against, some other teams, but it just doesn't all the time, you know?
Yeah, I've heard so many pundits talk about this. Like, Ange's just so stubborn because he just wants to play the same way throughout the whole game, every single game. He's gonna always gonna play with this high line, very attacking, and he's never gonna change. And that's a bad thing because you gotta adapt in games. You gotta, like, when you have a 2-0 lead, you gotta back up a little bit and soak up the pressure. There's no need to play this type of football when you're 2-0 up. Like, they're just gonna keep dropping points if they keep doing this, and it's just gonna be embarrassing. It happened against Chelsea. It happened against Brighton. It's just gonna keep happening.
It's like Ipswich as well. There's so many games this season where I know football's like a game of margins, but there's so many games they should have actually won.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
They should have won. They should have won, and they just didn't, because they'd honestly be like top 5 right now, but they're just not. I know it's a bit controversial, but Solanke, I generally think. They will do damage against Southampton away. I know it's away at Southampton, but there's something about it. St Mary's, I can just imagine Son or Solanke getting a few goals there, you know what I mean? So I think I will double up on the Spurs attack and go for Son and Solanke.
Would you consider Chris Wood?
I have considered it, but I don't know. I don't really like... not really. I mean, yes, but no. I'm just going to go for no. Because you look at the last 5 games, they beat Man United. Man United a bit rocky. And then Ipswich, they're the only 2 teams that they've beaten, really. You know?
Yeah, they've had tough fixtures, though.
I don't know. Yeah, they've done well. They have done well, and they're definitely going to stay in the league. But I can't really see them finishing where they are now. I could see them getting top 10 at a push, you know. But then looking at Evan Nielsen as well, again, they just seem to be playing really well. He's bagging points as well. Like every 2 games, he's getting a decent amount of points. And he looks great as well. He looks great. He seems like a proper team player, which I like. But I think going forward, I will go for Solanke. Just due to that rotation with him and Smith Rowe. So obviously Solanke will play Southampton away this week, and then I'll probably bench him, and then Smith Rowe will play against Southampton, and then going into game week 18, I'll have Nottingham Forest away for Solanke. But it depends how things go. If I'm really not happy with how they're playing, obviously Son's going to go out of the team anyway. I'm going to get Saka. And I mean, I could always change Smith Rowe, got Bowen or whoever going forward. So I think that's what I'm going to go for.
I like the looks of your team, especially your defense. Like you have Saliba in there. You got Virgil in there.
It's really interesting because I used to always be against having like technically 2 premiums, you know what I mean? I've got Virgil and Saliba, but they just seem so good defensively, these 2 teams, you know. And especially Arsenal right now with how many goals they're scoring from set pieces, you know. Every time they get a corner, I'm like, right, I'm in the money here. And then even Virgil van Dijk, he's just great. I mean, I think he'll be due a goal soon, I think. I think Liverpool being Liverpool, and I think I'll be fine there. But I think at some point though, I don't know when, but I do want to put more money into my attackers because I've got João Pedro, Shan Larson, and then I'll be left with Solanke. So I need to put a bit more money in a better striker. But at this current moment, there isn't a definitive striker in the league that I think, I want him. You know, and obviously we can't forget we still can't forget Haaland. You know, we still can't forget Haaland. Haaland. I mean, they've got some. The next 2 are a bit tricky. Man United at home, you'd never know what's going to happen there. But I don't want to pray for his downfall, but now I'm obviously transferring him out. I just hope he doesn't get anything. It's going to be awful for me if that is the case.
It would be so painful if you take him out and then he scores a hat trick the next week.
Nah, it's gonna happen. Noppy. It's probably gonna happen. Yeah. But yeah, going forward, I think Rodgers out because I mean, yeah, Rodgers has been great, right? For the price, that he is, he's got me points here and there. He's been wonderful, yeah. But I just think with the fixtures coming up, they got some nice fixtures. They have got nice fixtures-ish, But I just think. I just don't know. I can't see him improving more than what he's giving me already, which is fine. But I think I'll get more from having, obviously, Salah, like getting rid of Haaland to go from Rodgers to Salah and then maybe Solanke, which I think Rodgers underperforms Solanke and what's it called? Salah, obviously, going into this game week. So I think that's smart from me, I think, personally. I mean, double up on Spurs probably isn't good, but if Ange wants to keep his job, he needs to bounce back because like 2 losses and a draw, and they've got Southampton away. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm expecting damage. I'm expecting like 4-5-0 Spurs. Seriously. I'm genuinely expecting that.
Well, they have to turn up.
But they can do it. They beat Everton 4-0. They beat West Ham 4-1. They beat Aston Villa 4-1. They beat City 4-0. They can do it. They can do it. And they scored 3 goals against Chelsea. So, that's nothing to shout about because Chelsea's defense is bad. Yeah. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, they can score goals. So I'm not worried about that. It's more the one-dimensional play I'm worried about.
But also, I gotta say as well, 3 goals for Spurs was very flattering in that game because Cucurella literally gave away the first 2 goals. And the third goal was just like in the 96th
consolation, sort of like,
So very flattering for Spurs. Yeah, to be fair, they did score 3 goals, and they are one of the best goal-scoring teams in the league after, probably Chelsea. They are definitely up there. So yeah, and that's why we're considering them for the assistant manager chip, because they're just gonna score goals, a lot of goals.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Depending on the fixtures when your time. Like if you look at Chelsea now, from game week 24, obviously the fixtures aren't great after that. Well, they're not really, are they? I mean, actually, look, they got Southampton and Leicester game week 27-28. And they've got Arsenal away, which you wouldn't put it past Chelsea to maybe beat them, But at the same time, where are they going to be in the league at that stage? Are they only going to be like 1 place behind them?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of like you got to weigh that up. You really got to weigh it up. So looking at this managership, it's going to be interesting. I don't think I'm going to play man straight away. I think a lot of people will from game week 24, but I think I'm going to wait and see how it plays out.
I have no idea what to do with that, but I don't know, because I want to use the free hit in either a blank or a double, and I want to use the bench boost in a double. So when am I gonna use the manager chip? Maybe I'll just use it in a couple of single game weeks.
I mean, honestly, you could use it from like game if you were going for even like Arsenal, for example. I mean, depending where, not Arsenal. Oh yeah, Arsenal. Oh no, it wasn't Arsenal. Liverpool. Sorry, Liverpool. Like if you look at Liverpool, like their last couple of games near the end of the season, they've got Chelsea, Arsenal, and Brighton, right? So if they are top of the league, Liverpool at that stage, no, it won't work like that. I mean, no, it probably wouldn't be worth going Liverpool then. I don't know. It wouldn't be worth it. I was just thinking like if they were. I don't know. I'm thinking stupid there. Ignore me. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It is interesting.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Should we talk about my team then?
Yes. Let me get your team up. Let's have a look. So this is Nils Noppy's team. This is what he's going for. Obviously, he did discuss something before, and I think something will change, but we're going to discuss it now.
Yeah.
Go on, Noppy.
Yeah, we'll discuss it now. So, So, like I said before, I really like my back line and keeper. So, no problems there, really. I was thinking about bringing in a Liverpool defender last week. Didn't, because they got a blank. And now coming up, they got Fulham at home, but then they got Spurs away. So I'm like, maybe I wait.
How many transfers you got right now? How many transfers can you make right now?
That's the thing. I only got 1.
So, you can only make 1.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't want to bring in a defender on a -4 because I don't know. For sure. I don't feel like that's.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it. Because I really like my defense. Especially if Gabriel plays, so...
if Gabriel plays, you're golden, for sure.
Yeah, and if not, then Milinkovic comes in, and I don't mind that too much. And, I'm really happy about my midfield. I don't know what to say. Yeah, like Semenyo, I did expect him to do a bit more, but to be fair, like this is what you get from these cheaper assets. I did bring him in to free up money, to potentially bring in Trent or something.
Yeah.
So
we've mentioned this a few times, Noppy. I mean, speaking of cheaper assets, what do you still think of Enzo Fernandez?
Yeah, so
I mean, yes, it's doubling up on Chelsea, but I don't think that's an issue because, like we say, they score goals, and he's playing very attacking. He's not just a midfielder; it's like he's playing attacking midfielder. You know what I mean? And he's doing great. Him and Palmer connect up, and they're playing really well off of each other, like really well. You know, I know it's doubling up on a midfield or doubling up on two attackers, and I know it's not great, but I mean, I don't know for the price as well. How much is he now? Like 5 mil, 5.1 probably now.
I think it's like 5 mil. Yeah.
Is he?
He's definitely. Wait, let me have a look. Actually, yeah, 5 mil, 5 mil. So
5 mil.
So he's tempting, to be honest, because he definitely offers a lot for that price tag, and they have some really good fixtures coming up.
He is the captain as well, so it's one of them. It's like Palmer won't get dropped because he is the main man for the Premier League for Chelsea, and number two, with Enzo, he is the captain. You know, the captain doesn't get dropped. You know.
I don't know. He can definitely get dropped, but it might be worth it though, just because of his price tag.
Yeah.
And you can free up a lot of money by bringing him in.
Yeah.
It's just I just brought Semenyo in. I'm definitely giving him this West Ham game.
Yeah.
But who knows? If I need extra money to, I don't know, probably bring in a Trent. If I do need extra money, then I guess I could go Semenyo down to an Enzo.
Yeah, Enzo's stats are insane though. Like, he's been so consistent and he's playing really well. He looks like I don't want to say it. Obviously, he costs how much was it? 110 million. Yeah, but he's really living up to the price. How he's been playing the last 4 game weeks, he's really living up to the price tag. You know, he's really playing really well. I think
he's been so good. Like honestly,
for sure.
Honestly, after that goal against Spurs, I was like, okay, Kyle is gonna start talking about him again.
But we talk about it every week now. When are we gonna stop? I guarantee next year in FPL, he's gonna be worth like probably 6.5, something like that, or 6 mil.
Yeah,
probably easily.
It's just I feel like I need to get Watkins out.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
So I feel like I need to get him out. So is it worth bringing in an Enzo on -4?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. No.
So maybe an idea. Maybe in like I don't know, game week 18. Maybe I do Semenyo to Enzo, and I do like Nori to Trent. That could be a shout. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's definitely something I can consider. Well, to be fair, I would need to think about Cunha then as well. But I think.
I mean, Cunha's one of them. He's a premium player in his league, if you know what I mean. In his price point, I think, in the sense that even after Ipswich and then Leicester, they've got some hard games like Man United, but you could still see like Wolves or Cunha, especially doing something against Man United. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? That wouldn't surprise me. Like I just wouldn't. It wouldn't shock me.
I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't mind playing Cunha against United and Spurs. And I don't really know what strikers have good fixtures at that point. I think
there's not a lot of strikers in the game, in my opinion. You know what I mean? There's not many consistent ones. I don't think.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it. Who's good from game week 18? But it feels like a couple of weeks ago we were talking about how many good like cheap strikers there were, and now it doesn't really feel like that anymore because
no, it doesn't.
I feel like Raul Jimenez isn't really an option. I don't feel like
everyone's underperforming. It's like there's nobody that's on a consistent level. Obviously, you had Haaland, but obviously he was a mega premium.
Yeah.
And everybody else is sort of like, obviously Kai Havertz was on a great streak. That sort of ended. He's not really doing anything now.
To be fair,
at the start of the season, but there's not really been anything, you know.
To be fair, Chris Wood has probably. Well, how many goals did he score? Like 12 goals or something? Or
I think so, yeah. Or it's definitely over 10. But yeah, Chris Wood's probably the only one, really. But it's one of them. You keep looking at it and think it. Or 10 goals.
Yeah, 10
you
goals.
keep looking at it and think. I keep looking at Nottingham Forest and think they're not going to keep this up. Surely, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get me wrong. I'll give it to them. I think they might finish like 9th or 8th, but surely looking at their fixtures now, they've only won 2 in the last 5. So I don't think we can hype them up too much. I think they're good though, you know, but I just don't. They'll definitely. I think they'll definitely get. They'd be really good to get like 8th or 9th or 10th. You know what I mean? They'd be really good.
Yeah.
But I just can't see them keeping it up. You know. And obviously, having Aston Villa at home next, I don't think they're going to win that.
No,
I think a draw would be really good for them.
That's gonna be a tough game for them. I can see them winning.
Oh yeah, for both
teams. Oh yeah, tricky. For both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've really backed Forest from the start though, and so I've been so happy to see them do well, especially for my boy Milinkovic.
Milinkovic.
But yeah, so yeah, I can definitely see them dropping the table, but that's to be expected. Like
for sure.
5th would be insane for Forest. I don't think they're gonna get that. But yeah, so captaincy, so I like Pedro and Cunha for this week.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna keep them. So yeah, I'm happy with like most of my team. I'm just gonna get rid of Watkins. Semenyo's, I'm not like super happy about him, but he's got West Ham away, so it's not too bad. But yeah. Considering captaincy, well,
on my screen now you've got Salah, which surprises me a little bit actually. Is that actually cemented, or have you just sent me a screenshot of your team? Because I'm surprised that you've gone captain Salah against Fulham. I mean, it was at home, it's Anfield, but
I don't know. I think I'm going Salah.
I
can go Palmer as well, but it's just Salah is just the guy. Like he just keeps getting like 10 pointers every week. So and like Fulham, sure, it is a difficult game. It's not gonna be the easiest, but it is at home. It is Salah, it is Liverpool who are top of the league. So I'm probably just gonna go for Salah. But
really, okay, that's interesting. I feel that's interesting. I mean, Anfield, but interestingly enough, I mean, obviously they've only lost 1 game in the league this season, but that was at home, and I think this season they're playing better away than they are at home, which is interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting. I've personally gone for Palmer captain just because of how bad Brentford are away. They're terrible, which I don't get. But that's interesting.
It's a really good shout. I'm definitely considering him.
The only thing that makes me think not Palmer is that when I said to you before, he never gets double points like back to back. But I feel like surely, like after the game he's had, I just think surely now is the time he gets it. You know? I don't know, because he doesn't tend to do that. I mean, I don't know. That's the only thing that's put me off. And I think surely he gets double points again. Go and do it. You know.
But
your other option could be is who do you replace Watkins for? That's the next thing, really.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
are you gonna go Isaac for the 2 games and take a 2-game hit on Isaac? I think it'd be worth it personally. Like if I was you, that's what I'd want that, because I think Isaac's nailed on for the next 2 games. They'll want to bounce back from the Brentford game. Yes, typically they don't do really well against the quote unquote lesser teams. They only turn up for the big games. But I think Eddie Howe will be like, right, come on now, lads. We need to step it up. We need to like show these. You know what I mean? Show the fans what it's about. Leicester at home as well. I don't know. I feel like Isaac's gonna cause some damage.
So
and another good shout would be Gordon in midfield. Obviously, you can't do that, but I think just in general in FPL this week.
It's definitely a shout. If you're looking for Mbuemo replacements,
but for sure.
But I don't know if I would recommend taking out Mbuemo now. It's hard. Just like I probably would still recommend getting rid, but people will probably want to keep him now though. But I'm just like on the transfer screen right now, and like I've said a lot of times, I do want Trent. So if I go Watkins to Isaac, that leaves me with 1.8 in the bank. So if I would take Aitnori out, then I'll have 6.4 for a defender, so I wouldn't have quite enough for Trent. I would be missing 0.6 million. But yeah, like we touched upon, I could do Semenyo to Enzo, maybe in game week 18.
Yeah.
Then I would be able to afford it. Or I can do Jackson instead of Isaac, and then I'll have a couple of million extra. And I could do a different move maybe to free up cash. I don't know what exactly, but
it's a lot to think about. I mean, I think best things is just play game week by game week, because I mean, say if Gabriel goes from yellow now to just red, I mean that opens up that just makes your decision for you. You know what I mean? I don't think Gabriel will. I think Gabriel will come back hopefully this game week. But do they play tonight, Arsenal? Did you say?
Yeah,
So you're gonna check if they're actually in the squad? Yeah,
they play. Oh wait, maybe the lineups. Oh, the lineups come out in 7 minutes.
Oh really? We'll check it in 7 minutes.
We'll check it then. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, are they already out? No, I think it's in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought about something else. Another alternative is Cunha out in game week 18.
Yeah.
Could take him to any cheap forward really, and do Trent in.
Yeah.
So it is probably Isaac that's gonna come in because Jackson is a bit of a risk.
Personally, I really like that. I really like that, Isaac. Personally, that's what I would do. I know Jackson's good, but even thinking about it now, looking at Chelsea's fixtures, we're looking at them and thinking, oh my god, they look amazing. But surely, they don't just win all those games. You know what I mean? There's gonna be some bumps in that road, I think, for sure. You know what I mean? I know you guys are really good right now, but I just think there's gonna be a bump in there somewhere. I know you guys have got you've got two crazy good teams pretty much.
But I don't know what game. If I look at the next 7 games, what game do we lose? Because
I know Pedro Neto's not playing, isn't he? The next game he's out. Because I saw a few people on Twitter saying, "Oh, let's get mad." I think some people were getting Madueke in.
Oh, really?
Because Neto got 5 yellows now, so. He's not playing.
Oh, yeah.
So I know someone's taking a hit on Madueke, which isn't a bad idea because he's probably going to start.
He's definitely starting next game. I don't know about after that, but I definitely wouldn't bring in Madueke personally, but
no, I wouldn't. No, not just for one hit.
No, definitely not. But if I look at the fixtures here for Chelsea, the away games we have is Everton, Ipswich, and Palace. I don't see Everton getting a point against us. No. I don't see Ipswich getting a point against us. Palace could maybe turn up and cause an upset, but I don't know. Yeah. I see Chelsea winning pretty much every game. Otherwise, it's not gonna work out like that because it never does. But I don't know. There's not a lot of teams there that worry me. Honestly, maybe I guess maybe Fulham or Bournemouth could cause an upset as well. But so I'm probably going Salah captain.
Salah captain,
and
okay.
Watkins to Isaac. So that's probably gonna be what happens.
Yeah, I really like that. I think Isaac especially. I think that's a really really nice one. Especially for the next 2 games. Because he just I mean, Leicester at home and then Ipswich away. I mean, Ipswich away, Ipswich are a little bit tricky away. They don't really. I mean, they lose games, but they don't usually concede more than 2. You know what I mean? But still, I kind of like that Leicester at home for sure. What do you think looking forward? Do you think? I think you said before actually. So after Ipswich, you'd be looking at getting rid of Isaac and just putting him down to a cheaper alternative.
I don't think I'll have enough transfers for that.
No.
So I'm probably just gonna stick with Isaac, cause
stick him out.
Cause I think Villa at home is not a bad fixture.
Yeah, Man United away is not bad either, really. Yeah. I mean, like we've been saying, they turn up for the bigger games, and the bigger games are Villa and Man United, and out of all the bigger games, you'd think they've got a good chance of winning those 2.
Yeah,
you know?
United and Spurs. So, I don't mind. I don't mind that. And then after that, they got 4 good fixtures after that. So I'm probably just gonna stick with Isaac for how many game weeks is that? 9 game weeks.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. It's just looking at forwards now. I mean, there is a few, but there's not many, is there? Look at them; they're actually really poor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like looking at him, like who's got the most points as a forward? When we look at points.
Honestly, Kyle, this like third attacking position has been a curse for me all season. Because if I look at my points, who did I pick in game week 1? Oh yeah, Solanke, and he got injured straight away. And then I brought him out for Muniz, and then he blanked like 2 game weeks in a row. And then he started getting benched for Jimenez. And who did I bring in after that? Oh yeah, Calvert-Lewin. Oh my god, he was a pain in the ass. And then after that I brought in Welbeck. He's done nothing for me. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's been really poor. Like looking at it now, obviously midfielders have been the way. Like the top points at the minute, obviously Salah, Palmer, Saka, and then Mbuemo. So I mean, midfielders really have been the way this year so far. Definitely. But yeah, forwards. I mean, Haaland. Haaland's still up there. He had an insane start, with like a goal and back-to-back hat tricks, and then he's been pretty quiet. I'm gonna be really upset now if they start firing again.
Yeah.
It could happen though, and it's gonna really upset me. Honestly, it's gonna. Oh my god. Because obviously, if it does happen, I've got to wait another 2 game weeks. Which, to be honest, if I had to wait another 2 game weeks, they play Man United and Aston Villa. Then if I did get Haaland back, let's say, they'd be against Everton, Leicester, West Ham. So it's not awful. And then they'd have Brentford and Ipswich. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I personally don't. I don't see City coming back. I think they'll finish top 4, but I don't think they'll come back in that sense.
Yeah. So you think you're gonna bring Haaland back in 2 game weeks?
No. It'd have to do something crazy again. It'd have to start scoring like 2 goals. If he scored like a hat-trick against Man United, then like 2 goals against Villa, I'd probably think, you know what, I need to get him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in football, things don't just stay the same. It's like with Salah. He's doing great, but I just think he's gonna have a blank soon, surely, right? I mean, he's just missed the game in the Premier League. Surely he's a blank soon, no? And plus, last night as well, Arne Slot said in the interview after the game he wasn't really happy with the performance. They only won 1-0 against Girona away, and it was a penalty. Obviously, Mo Salah goal. But he wasn't happy with the performance though. Girona's a long way to go and whatnot, but they still got the win.
Yeah.
And Fulham's a tricky team. Fulham are doing fairly decent right now. They haven't lost in the last 3. They got a draw against Tottenham and a draw against Arsenal and beat Brighton. There's some decent results there for them. So
I guess Slot could maybe do some rotation in that Fulham game if he wasn't happy about the performance. But Salah is always gonna play, and that's
for sure,
Girona game. Like if that was FPL, he would have gotten probably like 11 points.
Yeah, and the bonus points. Yeah,
because he would have gotten 7 plus the 3 bonus, and then plus the clean sheet points. So he would have gotten 11 points. So like that's what you get from Salah. Like just performs every game.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. Obviously, game week 16 is upon us. It does. Wait, is there no early kickoff again? There's no early kickoff again.
Oh really?
3 o'clock on Saturday. Yeah. Well, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. for you, on Saturday. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it is gonna be interesting. For sure. Yeah, but I don't know. My game of the week, I really like the look of Southampton Spurs. I don't know why. I know it's like I know I'm taking a punt on it because of them getting Solanke and Son in. But I don't know. I could see Spurs doing some damage there. I really can.
Yeah.
I really can. Obviously, we got the derby.
United.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
At the Etihad as well. I don't know. Could City come back then? I don't know. Obviously, Man United just come off a loss as well.
Yeah.
Oh Christ. Oh, that is. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping for some big points again. I'm hoping for some big points. But yeah, I'm definitely going to captain Palmer. And Salah's going to come in, and hopefully then my team will be great. Haaland's coming out, Solanke in, Rodgers out, Salah in, and my team should be balanced. Obviously got Bowen against Bournemouth, and then after that he's got 2 nice games and then some tricky ones. But
okay, so the lineups came out now for Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Is Gabriel in the squad?
Is not in the squad. So
right. Has that made your mind up then?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I think I'm disgusting still, but it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's tricky. It is tricky.
But yeah.
What would you do? Would you reckon you go from him to Saliba or just? Oh no, you're just gonna stick, aren't you? You're gonna stick because you need to get rid of Watkins. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just stick because I'm getting rid of Watkins, and then I guess Milinkovic comes in. So
yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah. But
well,
surely it's not a long-term thing. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird.
You never know with Arteta. It's so annoying.
Yeah, just keep waiting. I'd just say just wait to the line. I mean, I wouldn't even make a transfer now. No, I'd literally still wait till tomorrow. You know, you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah.
But Arteta won't give you an answer. You won't get an answer. So, I mean, I'd probably just start him in your team anyway.
Well, yeah.
And then obviously if he doesn't, yeah. And then if he doesn't start, if he starts, great. If he doesn't, then you know. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, is there anything else you want to discuss at all, Noppy, or?
No, I was gonna say. I think that's everything covered. So yeah. Thanks for another good talk.
Yes, and hopefully we all get green arrows again. We all get green arrows. Hopefully you get green arrow.
Hopefully
you get a green arrow, Noppy.
Yeah, I need it.
Hopefully you bounce back. Surely you bounce back. I'm just hoping Spurs go big. Palmer goes big. Obviously, I'll have Salah now. I'm looking like Solanke. Obviously, I'm not going to make transfers yet. If you guys want to see what transfers we do make, go follow us on Twitter. The link will be in the description. And make sure to check us out on Twitter because we will post our final teams there. And yeah, any last notes or anything, Noppy?
No, that's it. Good luck with the game week, and I'll see you guys next week.
Good luck. We just broke the spine of your team.
Yes, we did.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.